How long it takes for a full head? Like the most bald person sits in your chair, and how long it takes? How many hours?
Uh, if there's no problems with the skin, 3 to 4.
3 to 4 hours?
3 to 4 hours.
Wow.
3 to 4 hours. If you're someone that's newer, it's going to take longer because you don't have the hand speed. Like when I first started, I would do a head like that and I'd be there like 5-6 hours. And that's grueling. That's grueling. That's tough because it's not like it's a job where you can like take a break or look out the window. You know, you're like this.
3 hours.
So when you're done, one eye's this way, the other one's that way, you know?
And you only see dots, right?
Yes. So, I mean, you know, yeah.
Have you had clients that you had to fix their SMP that they did with someone else and you didn't look good?
Yeah.
Is it more challenging when you have to fix?
It can be, yeah, because you're fixing mistakes.
It's harder than you do from...
I'd rather just not do it. Sometimes if it's too bad, you can't fix it. You have to send them to get laser.
Whoa.
I had one client who had like 5 laser treatments. It's brutal. Like he showed me the pictures and it literally looked like the skin was melting off and it was oozing liquid, you know, because it was burnt. So it was like liquid and oh good God. He went through hell. But because he went to somebody who didn't have the necessary experience.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's either that or there's clinics that you have to be careful about because they're called one and done, which means they tell you, I can finish you in one session.
Oh.
Right.
And it's not possible to do in one session.
It's possible, but the potential for a botched job is much greater because what I'm trying to do in 3 or 4 sessions, they're doing in one. But those 3 sessions give me the ability to control what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm going slower. If I'm trying to finish, let's say you were bald in 1, how do I know how you're going to heal?
Yeah.
How do I know what it's going to look like? I'm just going hard to cover your whole head. And so there's a tendency to go too hard, too much pigment, too dark, too fast, and it's a botch.
It's always harder, baby. You know, when someone walks with a bad haircut from someone else at our shop, it's much harder to fix than you start from beginning, you know, from nothing. It's
Right.
much harder, 10 times harder.
Right.
Because when you're doing the work, you have a blank canvas to work with. But then when you're fixing,
Yeah.
there's
have to work
stuff
around.
there. It makes more challenging, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I could show you guys pictures that you'd be like, I mean, like horror.
You were telling me how important barbers should go into this field. So can you share more, ask more, do whatever you want to say for these guys that are listening?
I think even though they're different, right? Clearly one's tattooing, one's barbering, but there is a crossover because it has to do with hair or giving the appearance of hair. And since barbers have clients, they're in a position where they can pull from those people if they are, you know, savvy enough and can sell what they've learned to their clients. It's an advantage, right? Because someone who doesn't have that, how do you find clients? Barbers have people coming to them. So it's an advantage. Like, you know, I would recommend it if I was a barber. I'm like, hey, listen, I offer this. Look, I was, you know, saying, so they have that advantage where they can exploit and take advantage of the fact that they're in a position where they already have a stream of clients coming in. That's the main thing that I think is beneficial to being a barber, trying to break into the SMP field.
Money-wise, what do you say? Barbers doing scalp micropigmentation, doing a lot more money than barbers. What do you say? It's really good way to monetize?
You mean which makes more money?
Yeah.
Scalp micropigmentation.
Scalp micropigmentation. Right?
Yeah, by far.
There's any chance you can share how much you charge for? If you don't want to share,
Just
it's
share
fine.
the average in the market. You don't need to give
I
your
mean,
prices.
I mean, I honestly, my average for like a head that's like bald, I mean, of course, the sides and the back are there because you know guys just lose the top.
Just the top,
Is about 3,500. Is the average? It could be 32, it could be 34, it could be 36. That depends on how, you know, because sometimes you get a you know,
Yeah.
a watermelon and you're like, damn, I'm gonna be there for 10 hours.